Welcome back. It's a special day because it's a supercar day. Yeah, this is not boring. This is a 2018 McLaren 720S in Burton blue on sandstone interior. And oddly enough, that building right there is where I used to work. So coming here in my 350Z, and now here I am in that same parking lot playing with a supercar. Oh my God, there's so much to take in with the 720. I remember when this first came out, I really was not a fan of the front design with the headlights, but you know what? I am so over that. I love this car. And when you get down and dirty, you can see all the insane aero they did. This thing is just outrageous. And if you didn't love turbos, this will teach you better. But you just take it all in. I mean, I'll put all of the specifications in the description because I'm sure it's a very, very long list, but you know me, I'm not really about the specs. I just care about the driving experience. But yeah, I remember this was not something I was a huge fan of when it first came out, but when you look at the functionality of it, you've got cooling in there. It is wild. So obviously low to the ground. So we've got our lift, we've got our key. If we double click, pops open our door. And if you didn't know how to get into a McLaren, right here, there's the little guy. All right, inside we've got the sandstone, and of course we've got this flippy display which we'll play with while we're driving. The thing about McLaren's really, it's all about this carbon tub. This keeps the weight down because this really only weighs somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,200 pounds. 3,200 pounds, 710 horsepower. What a monster. So one of the things you miss out on in the McLarens are that you're not getting an unbelievable engine view like you would in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, but you get insane visibility out of this canopy. It's like a fighter jet because it just wraps around you. Even the roof is glass. So let's hop in and take it for a drive, and be sure to follow McLaren Pup on Instagram because the co-pilot in this 720S and the Senna that the owner has is usually a little Pomsky. Foot on the brake. Nice and loud. I can already see the heat coming off the engine. The seat controls on the 720S are way down here. It's kind of awkward, honestly, but you know what? I won't complain because this car has performance. Soft closed doors that I just can't even understand. All right. I love that when you do the HVAC system, it's like a race car driver, and it just makes you right at home in the mood for what you're about to do. So there's a bunch of different modes in this car. I think the biggest party trick of this is the display. So in order to switch the display, what do we need to do over here?
Two ways to do it. You can either hit the button, which is definitely the coolest button of all time. So that's one way.
Yep, definitely my new favorite button.
And then the other way to do it is, so you gotta hit active, and that lets you now change between the handling and the power.
Gotcha.
That lets you do the arrow. So right now the wing is down, so if you hit that up, the wing's gonna go up.
Whoa.
And then if you scroll between these modes, so if you put it in sport mode, and the actual interface changes between each mode. So then if you put it in track mode, it's gonna put the screen down.
And now it's just all business. It's just gonna give us our gear, our tack, and our speed. And that's all the information you need to know as a driver.
But actually, if you hit the screen up, you'll see a really different interface now. It wants to show you the racing stuff.
Oh, that's so cool. So now we've got all of our temperatures, our tire information, our fuel. What a thing. And you've definitely put some miles on it. We've got 13,000 miles on this car. You are dailying this car. I love it.
I'm only dailying it for 3 months out of the year, too.
One of the most important features on these cars is the nose lift, which can be engaged with this little stock. And you get the classic McLaren bing bong. And that's gonna allow you to do like normal car stuff, not just supercar stuff, because you know what? We still drive in New England and we have to deal with speed bumps and all of that junk. But the first thing you notice when you get in this car, other than the theater of its appearance, is just the fact that it is very normal. I mean, honestly, you could give this to anybody and just say, yeah, go drive around, look at this. The real party trick on these 720s is the fact that they have the hydraulic suspension. Unlike the 570S and the 600LT, this has an incredibly adaptive suspension that gives it a near Bentley-like ride quality. And these brakes, the beauty of McLaren is that they gave you racing style brakes that really feel like it belongs in a race car. It feels like you're pushing hard on a piece of wood, like in an air-cooled Porsche. And that'll get you up and out as fast as you want. What a thing. Honestly, this is where McLaren just blows the doors off of everybody. And it blows the doors off with dihedral doors. The best thing too is that these paddles are one solid piece. So you end up with this beautiful, like, honed thing. And I wonder, can we outrun a Honda Fit in a McLaren 720S?
I think so.
I just, honest to God, can't believe the torque this thing has, and the fact that it's putting it all to those rear wheels. As long as you're in the right gear, you're not going to experience an abundance of lag, but that's kind of part of the game. You want to stay where the power is. Beauty on the brakes. So intuitive. That's what you can't believe about this car, is that you can literally get in and within 5 minutes you're driving it and you don't feel any sense of fear. You don't feel any sense of where is this car going. It's never getting ahead of you. I don't understand how they've done this. So relative to, let's say, the 600 LT, the 600 LT is like a 430 Scud. It's raw, it's loud, you're always wondering, am I actually going to capture the audio? This is not that. It's incredibly supple, but at the same time ferocious, but it doesn't do it with the abuse of a 600 LT. I am blown away. I mean, how on earth is this a road car? I can't believe it's doing this, and I'm also just driving around like I'm in full comfort, no concerns in my life. Everything is beautiful. My heart is pounding. Yeah, let's get Waze going on your phone. This gearbox is so intuitive, like I'm not touching it, and it's downshifting for me in all the right places. Oh, you say what you want about McLaren depreciation. They build a damn good car.
I don't think there's a better stock OEM car than the 720.
Just a fourth gear lean too. Just absolutely bananas. Every time I was like thinking, oh, maybe I'll give it a downshift, it already did it.
Yep.
It's already done it.
It's already done. And that's the crazy thing. It just knows what you want in life.
There's so much theater to the way it puts the power on too. It's not boring. Like sometimes all these new turbo engines that all these manufacturers are coming out with, for the sake of, you know, efficiency and all this stuff, there's less theater to them because all the juice is in the mid-range. But McLaren, no sir, everything is just way up top waiting for you to extract it.
Also, some people don't like the turbo whoosh. I love the turbo whoosh.
I think you've got to embrace it. If you've got turbos, you've got to embrace the turbos. You can't try to hide them, or else it's just like a total waste of time. Porsche learned this on the 992. Now they have whooshes. Let's see. I think we could just do a U-turn here if it lets us, which I'm sure is illegal. U-turns, legalize U-turns, guys. That's my motto. Does this have a good turning radius? I can do a U-turn here?
I was thinking that. I think you... it's gonna be close.
We'll find out.
There's a 360 camera, so we'll find out together.
All right, let's see. I'll come out a little bit first.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. So practical to do illegal U-turns in. I can't believe the ride quality I'm getting out of this while I'm doing what I'm doing. This makes no sense. It did that before me. I was about to get into it.
And downshifted.
So much grip. And I'm just like staring behind me the whole time because I'm like, is there a state trooper that's about to watch me go wide open in a 720S through 3 gears? Yeah, holy shit.
Now I've thought about this. There's no way a state trooper can keep up with this car.
Absolutely not.
No way.
But we're not in the middle of nowhere. No. There's nowhere for me to run. Like I said, the beauty of McLaren is the intuitive driving experience. They may on paper look to be just another supercar that's trying to make the numbers. And yeah, it does make the numbers, but the reality is it feels like a car. I know you hate that analogy, but cars are getting so numb and dull and trying to just like make up for the lack of driver tactility. McLaren is like, no, drivers first. You're gonna feel this thing. It'd be a great road trip car too, because like, yeah, there's road noise. You're not like totally insulated because you got to remember it's still a supercar. It's not trying to be a Bentley, although the ride quality feels like it. Just absolutely, I'm gonna have to blur out these speeds. This is f***ed up.
Yeah, we were just doing 55.
You've got to keep your eye out for some washboarded roads like we have here. Dear baby Jesus, give me a green light. Not gonna happen. Even short shifting it is fun. That's like a good sign of a fun car.
This piece of tarmac is so nice.
These brakes, man.
So amazing.
What the hell? And I mean, that was still only like 6/10. We had way more to go. What a thing. Guys, I'm in love with the 720S. Depreciation be damned. This is the jam. I would be arrested immediately if I owned one because I don't know that I have the self-control to not exploit it for what it is. But yeah, I am just legitimately blown away. Thank you, Shane, for like letting me pilot your thing. This thing that you have enjoyed for 13,000 miles, the most envious 13,000 miles I think I can imagine. And I can understand why you probably like this better than your Senna, because the Senna beats you up. This does not. This is like the gentleman's psycho super. I can't understand.
She does everything, right? She'll act like a Mercedes S-Class. She'll be very classy in public. And then when you want her to be just an absolute maniac, she goes for it.
And it snaps necks. It absolutely snaps necks. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one.